Okay. Can you hear me all right, Cecilia? You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, we are live on Facebook. Hello, everyone. Let's give them a minute to drop in. Uh, we welcome you today on this beautiful Tuesday with a very special guest, Cecilia Liu from in Germany. We are so honored to have her on the show to present and introduce us to the wisdom and the power of Tao calligraphy today, connected to the last sacred qualities of the greatest enlightenment, which we are so excited about. And last week we had our special guest with David Meltzer. He gave his views on the greatest enlightenment, and I hope that you have enjoyed that and digested. It was so enriching. I had to listen to the replay several times actually. He just packed so much insights and wisdom into the show, and I was really grateful. And so throughout the November months, because it's the last sacred quality of the greatest enlightenment, we've been having visiting guests and teachers. We had Geshe Tashi. It's from he's the abbot from Sarah May Monastery in India, and then we had David Lush, and then David Meltzer now with Cecilia Liu. So we are really honored. So on to Cecilia. Cecilia is a grand master of Tao calligraphy. She's a traveling teacher. She teaches around the world, but she's gonna introduce herself a little bit more with how she presents Tao calligraphy and what it is and how it is used for healing and even in hospitals, in companies, in schools. It's so amazing, and we really need this system of education in all schools, I think, because it's so empowering, and we really need this uplifting energy from the Tao calligraphy that it emits. So without further ado, please, Cecilia, introduce yourself and Tao calligraphy. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Hulan, for inviting me. It's my honor to be with you, everyone here. Speaking about the Tao calligraphy, truly, there was, being the Chinese that we experience a calligraphy things little, very little in the school. But I never thought I would have something to do with that for my profession. But calligraphy in China has 5,000 years of history. So it's truly it's along with the development of the country, of the culture as well. It's truly the culture's ingredient, like imprinted into the calligraphy, that it started from the oracle bones, where 5,000 years ago, where you can find on the back of the turtle those kind of calligraphies, then transition to the different types, like a seal type, where at that time, the government is more authoritative, so that's a steel type. Then goes on to clerical, to regular style, to running style, to cursive style, etc. So even with the 5,000 years of history in calligraphy, we never, as a Chinese, even myself, we never heard or know any calligraphy has a healing power. Not talking about transformational power, can bless business, that can bless the health. That's unheard of. So we know that when you practice calligraphy for a period of time, then you can calm yourself, you can develop a focus, you can become calmer, through a period of time practice. Let's say a few years or 5 years, sometimes 10 years, 20 years. We know that. But still, the Tao calligraphy brings it to the totally different level. I experienced that firsthand was Dr. Sha is the founder of Tao Calligraphy. So he created Tao Calligraphy in 2000, I would say 2014. Although actually before that, he's truly a very, very special being. He knew already he's going to create something, but he's just waiting for the time. And when he created this Tao Calligraphy, he first received the oneness writing in Chinese 一笔字 from a professor that she was over 100 years old. She holds the secrets of Chinese language, the wisdom. There's so many profound secrets actually in the Chinese language and writing, and so many more. So he's being regarded the Chinese expert, language expert at United Nations. Master Sha received the one-stroke writing from her. Then afterwards, Dr. Sha merged everything that he has accumulated throughout his life. He's a Qigong Master of the Year 2005 in San Francisco. He's a Tai Chi Master, I Ching Master, Feng Shui Master. He's a MD in China. And also TCM doctor. So he merged everything together, created Tao Calligraphy. In 2014, at that time, I was still working for one of the Fortune 500 companies. That was my career actually. In nearly 20 years, I was in the corporate world for Daimler, Avantis, Siemens, IBM, so all those major corporations, all the way to the senior executive, the board members. So the pressure you can imagine working at this level as one of the only foreigners perceived that and also one of the few females. So it's extremely demanding, extremely challenging. So then I end up with depression and burnout. So the burnout was so severe that I experienced an overnight I couldn't function that much anymore. I used to work many hours. My life is pretty much just work and sleep and work. And talking about fulfillment, that's truly a so. But then I tried everything. Nothing really worked. I tried to go to the doctors, have prescriptions and hypnosis, all kind of treatment. It may put me into sleep, the temporary release, but then afterwards getting worse. So then after over a year of trying, I was really almost feeling a little bit hopeless. Then I turned to Tao Calligraphy fully. So, but just through writing Tao Calligraphy a few hours a day or a couple hours a day for a few months, and I was totally recovered. Not only totally recovered, and I discovered a new power within me, a new identity per se, a new meaning of life. And then I could no longer go back to the previous life anymore. This is where then I was really inspired by the power of Tao Calligraphy, by the power what Dr. Sha is bringing, is doing. So eventually made the commitment to really step into this humanitarian work, then step out of the corporate world for a while. With that said, recently I going back to the corporate world to bring this Tao Calligraphy to the business, to the organization, to the schools, to the hospitals, to all different industries, and to help them a new way of life, a new way of working as well. So for instance, we've been working with also one of the major IT companies, Oracle, many people knows about it, for the product development. Because this is our innovation. At Siemens, I used to, with our technical counterpart, leading the innovation as well, the product lifecycle management. So for innovation, oftentimes this is a main topic today. If you talk about R&D, research and development, innovation, many times that we have many engineers, very talented engineers, but we primarily rely on our brain to innovate. Think so hard, but oftentimes end up with a circle. If you pay attention, right? It's like thinking, and at the end it just doesn't come out. So innovation needs to going to the higher level. And if we look at the innovation, this is where the art comes in. The Tao Calligraphy first mode is art. So if you look at all the innovations in history, or all the greatest contributors, let's say scientists or musicians or artists, Einstein and Nikola Tesla and Da Vinci. So all those art musicians, Bach, And one thing in common is that they receive those wisdoms and innovations or creations actually in a flow state. In a flow state. None of them actually the only depend on the mind. So mind has intelligence, but more than the mind intelligence, their higher level is a heart intelligence. Even higher level than the heart intelligence is a soul intelligence. So you can imagine that, let's say the mind is a data bank. We know that the data bank is that much. I mean, much more than that, but just so that you can see that I'm showing here, you can see. Then if mind intelligence that much, or data bank, the heart intelligence is much bigger. And then soul intelligence much bigger, there's no limit. So this is where we can access to the much bigger of data bank or the database, the intelligence, the resources and the ideas for true level of intelligence or high level intelligence and creation or innovation. So this brings innovation a totally different dimensions. It changes the game actually. So I know that because I lived through that. I led one of the functions, major function is research and development. So have see how we have hundreds and thousands of engineers how we work traditionally, and oftentimes we can feel the bottleneck. Through when I start to experience the Tao calligraphy, then I start to experience a flow state. So that ideas come through to us like without thinking. The work becomes so much easier actually. Then I work actually now more than before. If you count hours, but I don't have a depression anymore or burnout per
Can I
se.
just interrupt you,
Sure.
Cecilia? So, what is the difference then if people were just to, because calligraphy has been around for thousands of years, whether it's Chinese calligraphy or other languages, they're writing calligraphy.
Mm.
So, what is the
Yeah.
significance of what stands out from Tao calligraphy to ordinary standard calligraphy? What does it do?
Very good question. So this question can go it goes layers. It takes also to truly understand who is Dr. Shah. So, but as I mentioned at the beginning, one of the key profoundness with the Tao calligraphy is it is a oneness writing. So this oneness, and in a moment I'm going to demonstrate to you the oneness. What is a oneness? We talk about a lot. In this arena, oneness in Tao calligraphy means the soul, heart, mind, body as one. This is the 5,000 years of the ancient book, Yellow Emperor's Internal Classic, talking about how human beings constructed. It's constructed by Shen Qi Jing. So Master also teach about that. It's the information, energy, matter. So most of the times the calligraphy works or traditional ones works as this matter level, and with the hand movement then slowly impact to the emotions, the heart level, but very difficult to access to the information level. This is hard, extremely hard. So with the Tao calligraphy, it's a Tao. The name of Tao is not not easy to use. It's a Dr. Shah also works as a channel of a Tao. So he received this. Some people said this is power out of this world. I had people in the events, in the workshops that they experience, and he practiced and meditated all the time. He's medical intuitive as well. He can scan the body and all kinds of people may call the third eye abilities or images. So he can see a lot of things happening. That there was actually a medical doctor in our workshop. He was medical intuitive. He's also MD. MD. He works in the rehabilitation center. MD doctor for 30 years. He shared on the workshop like, oh my gosh, I saw all the things happening. But anyway, the points that Tao calligraphy works at a matter, energy, information level, all in one. In other words, means the soul, heart, mind, and body all in one. So it truly brings the completion, oneness of a human being. Today, you want to talk about enlightenment. So enlightenment has different layers, also means different things for different people. So if I share, my point of view, maybe I share with the Tao calligraphy. So that's
Yes,
um,
that would be great. The connection of enlightenment and Tao calligraphy.
sure. So Tao calligraphy, the enlightenment of Tao, Tao calligraphy is 3 words. It's 大圆满. Let me just turn this a little bit. So 大圆满, Da means great. 圆满 means enlightenment. So 大圆满 means greatest enlightenment. There's layers to go. I write it one by one, and I can write together to show you. The first words. So this first word means great, great. Great. Enlightenment for me, you may think, yes, for spiritual being reach enlightenment, become higher level beings or things, but also for human being that we want to become our greater self, have a greater access to our deeper within. There's so much potential within everyone. You're coming from Buddhist background, right? The Buddhism belief is that everyone has a Buddha nature. So this is what we all Western culture calls the higher self, whatever the names we may call that. But it's about bringing this greatness inside of each person out to develop further and further, to elevate, to bring something we already have. We just, maybe covered by whatever these things we thought we were. So then unpack that, unfold this, then bring this greater self come out. This is an important step of enlightenment. Then through this, while you're writing, we can speak about where I want to become a greater self, better self. But when we write a Tao calligraphy, or when we take some time to practice, or even receive a tracing blessing, there's something opens up. The Master Sha's teaching, also TCM wisdom. Heart houses the mind and the soul. So many times we want to develop a mind intelligence, but the gate to develop mind intelligence is not in the mind, actually. It's in the heart. It's in the heart. So in the Tao calligraphy, you can see every calligraphy has a heart. This is a heart. This heart is beyond the physical heart. It is also the spiritual heart. We call that message center. So this heart, there's so much vast of intelligence. There's also everyone comes with a life mission, right? We're born with a purpose. So this purpose is stored also in this, this message center area. The Chinese saying called maybe a little bit too deep, 命宫, like the temple of the life. So by writing this calligraphy helps us to open the heart, open our heart, open up the heart intelligence, and so much more. Then speaking about the next words.
This is amazing, Cecilia. I mean, we're really experiencing this power of Tao calligraphy firsthand. And it's such an honor because, I mean, I'm trying to write Tao calligraphy and it's really hard for me, despite me being a Chinese. But the way that Cecilia is going to teach us, to show us, it becomes much easier.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
if anyone has any questions, just put it in the chat and I'll pass it on.
Sure. So the second word, the greatest enlightenment, is 大圆满. Second word, pronounced in Chinese, is 圆. This word means a circle. Circle. This has a direct to do with the greatest enlightenment. It's a circle. It is also completion. Completion. It also means satisfaction. So all those things that we may satisfaction, don't have a space to write it. So you think about circle. This is a circle. Circle has profound meaning in that. Circle simplifies completion. Circle, we know yin yang, right? So yin yang, everyone knows yin yang logo. That's yin yang logo. So you have yin yang logo. So yin yang logo is yin yang, but before this become yin yang logo, it's only full circle. So that means this full circle create this yin yang. When we writing this yuan, we actually bring this completion within us. One sentence secret with the Tao Calligraphy is what we write is what we become. So when we write a great, then we become a greater self. When we write the circle, it's one is writing, then we become the more complete. We do the things more in a circular motion and thinking more complete and act more complete. So it's all part of the journey to the enlightenment. Then talking about the last words is a man, 大圆满.
This is such in-depth teachings. I love it, and I think it gives us so much perspective on what Tao calligraphy really is, and we really appreciate that, Cecilia.
Thank you, it's my honor. So man, this is man. It's it's a Chinese word as well. That means it's actually enlightenment. Again, what is enlightenment? Man means full, something full. Like this is full of water, so that's full, right? And it also means fill, like I will fill this bottle with water. So this fill and full together is a fulfillment. You feel something full, that's a fulfillment. But you feel with something that is satisfaction. You feel yourself with the greatest development, with greater potential in yourself, with your true self. So you feel yourself with the light, with the love. Then you reach this fulfillment. You see? So this is man, that means fulfillment. Fulfillment is a big part of enlightenment. And what do we fill ourselves with? With the love, with the light, with the compassion, with the gratitude, with the forgiveness, all those 10 das that you have been going through with the audience in the last year, I believe, or months. So this is a journey, that's the greatest enlightenment. So then together, I will write together for your quick experience. So now we just need a word by word. Now when we're writing them together, then I will invite everyone just to watch and feel. There's so many things within the Tao Calligraphy, language is not enough, but you can feel, even just feel with your heart.
So I recommend that everyone, if you can rest your mind and just come into your feeling of what Cecilia is doing with the writing. And keep your heart open and your mind relaxed.
Great. So that is greatest enlightenment.
It's so beautiful, Cecilia. Should we? Can we trace it? Do you think?
Sure. Great. So I'd like to invite everyone, just put up with your hands, actually very simple, and follow me. You feel the serenity in it, isn't it? It's like something take the breath away. And this is greatest enlightenment.
Just follow Cecilia's hand. Yes, I'm sorry if Sandra understand the screen. It's a little bit tricky because of the setup. So please just do your best to trace.
Great, great. So that is the greatest
Thank you.
enlightenment.
Thank you
And
so
in the
much.
tracing, you may feel like at the beginning maybe a little bit edgy, but it's just like it happens seamlessly. Like more and more becomes smooth. Before maybe like edgy, but then hey, become more and more smooth like a water. So this is a circle motion. Remember, this is circle. This is fulfillment. This is greatness in everyone. So when we write this Da Yuan Man, the Tao Calligraphy, then we become greater self more and more, like and deeper, and more have this oneness, completion, soul, heart, and mind, body, like a circular. It's a Tao is a circular. The source is a circle. So then fill ourselves with the love, with the light, then eventually reach the fulfillment. That's the greatest enlightenment. So it is something that you do want to experience more and more and getting to deeper and deeper. But I think today I hope it can serve as a taste of pear. Um, for some may be interested. Actually, we happen to have a workshop this weekend.
Yes.
What a coincidence. This Saturday and Sunday, we're actually teaching Greatest Enlightenment. This is the last class, last workshop of this year. We're doing the last that each month we're doing one greatest qualities, and this month is greatest enlightenment as a December completion of the year. So I believe it's still open. So if you're interested, maybe Huilan can share the link. It's at drsha.com.
Yes.
So
I'm just gonna put the link up from the Tao Academy. You can go into look into the course for Rewrite Your Life. It's called. Oh, hang on, I'll just put it up. So it's this weekend from 3 p.m. Eastern time. No, sorry, that's UK time, 3 p.m. Until I think I can't remember what time it finishes, but
6 p.m. ET.
Okay. So it's Saturday and Sunday. I'll post the Master Sha Tao Academy link here. You can search for it. And yes, I've been on this course, the Rewrite Your Life course, throughout the year, and it's really amazing. I mean, with Cecilia's great wisdom and her beautiful Tao calligraphy, I mean, I mean, I love it. It's so powerful and so much beauty as well, and very positive. It makes you happy just to be together. So I really recommend to check it out. If you have any questions, please post them to me. And we have a question in the chat, Cecilia, from Cora. She said, when writing calligraphy by ourselves, how can we improve if no one show us the mistakes where we need to change something?
Very good question. So, Tao Calligraphy, I would recommend you write with learn with a teacher. So this is where the workshop comes in. But when you do yourself, we do have a coaching program so that has weekly coaching sessions to guide people. So you always have some teacher can access to. But when you do by yourself, then we do provide a handout as well, like handout, also the card, the Tao card. So this card or the handout become your teacher. So you want to modeling that. We in the workshop we also share this paper, water paper, has the 大圆满, has the calligraphy, whatever we're teaching on that month, on the calligraphy also, so you can trace that calligraphy. That's how you correct yourself.
Great. I guess the more you practice, the more you will align, and you will also with the coaching classes, and there's so many various classes happening on the you just look for it and join them and practice regularly. I mean, I'm not practicing enough, but I think practice will give you more confidence, isn't it, Cecilia?
Yeah,
And
definitely. Also, one of the maybe just the calligraphy has one stroke. Like it that way, right? This is just one stroke. Same as it's so simple, easy. But our life path is in that. We can through the correction, you can see the people's heart act changes. People's span columns straighten up, and people's hips readjusted, and the all kinds of things happening. It's like the whole body reflecting on the calligraphy. That's the fascination part. That's the profoundness part. That's why you want to have a teacher to guide you and to practice, because this is power of Tao Calligraphy. It's way more than normal writing. It is incredibly powerful in changing our lives. But with the guidance, you can get that much faster and much easier.
yes, I've seen Cecilia doing miracles actually from some of the videos. When I think one video with I think one of the older students' father or mom, she couldn't walk. She was walking with a cane, and she was writing down calligraphy, and Cecilia just corrected her calligraphy, and out goes her cane. It was incredible. I mean, you have to see it with your own eyes. There's so many YouTube videos on Tao calligraphy that you could actually witness the power of Tao calligraphy. So I'm so grateful, Cecilia, for you to be here. Have you got any last words to share with our participants?
Sure. So I think my last words is to try it out. This is a truly new way of life. I myself spent my whole life in searching for something that is transformational, and also work for medical field for so long with the traditional Chinese medicine, with one of the top medical healthcare companies and also pharmaceutical companies. But I have to say that Tao Calligraphy is truly another level of healing and transformation, and just experience that. Don't invite you to come in maybe this weekend or maybe the next session, step by step, and try it and give yourself enough time to experience it. Then when you truly experience it and step by step, the profoundness actually happens. The change happens at the little subtleness. That's what when you know it's true. It's so subtle, but yet wow, suddenly like so many things happen, so many change occurred. Your personality could change, your body could change, your emotions could change, and it's just magic in life. We're creating the apps
Oh
because
yes,
there's so many demands that we couldn't, there are all the organization wanting for that. And myself, one person is definitely not enough. So we are creating a wellness and meditation app with the Tao calligraphy. We'll be launching very soon. So in the beginning of next year, and looking forward, everyone welcome you to join at that time.
yes. So when the app's out, maybe we can have you back on. You can introduce the app next time.
Sure, I'll be honored and grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I apologize for the screen. Please do watch the replay because of the I think it's very difficult to make the screen big when if I'm talking, the screen goes onto me. So please watch the replay and you get more out of it. You see what's going on. So I thank you. Oh, hang on. One last question. Is there a Tao calligraphy that is good for protection, Cecilia?
Yes. So protection is a big topic, and protection is also protection coming from different levels. First is also the, let's say, spiritual protection that we have, a spiritual wall or whatever we call that. But it's also coming from ourselves at certain level, like our energetic field, our positive field. That's also forms of protection, even against a virus. So writing the calligraphy helps us to boost the immune systems. That's strengthen the protection as well. Cannot
Um,
guarantee, but I
yeah.
see the many change
I think
resulting.
they want to know, is there a particular Tao calligraphy, like a word,
Protection.
a phrase for
Any dog, all the dog fates are chosen for specific reasons. So you want greatest love or greatest enlightenment. Any of the calligraphies has this protection power, because it's a light, a channel of light.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you so much. And we will see you again next week for another special guest. So love you everyone, and please give Cecilia a big hand and give her your love for sharing her wisdom and all her experience with Tao calligraphy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you all.
Thank you, everyone. Love you all. Bye bye.
Okay.